Hello and welcome to Year 10, Season 4 in Operation Tenfold Pursuit. This is an important season for us because we set up an important milestone that we're about to hit. And this is also a season where we're addressing key feedback that we hear from you. We understand and we hear you when you say the important things that you want to see addressed are anti-cheat, gameplay variety, and ranked matchmaking. One of the important changes that's coming with Operation Tenfold Pursuit is a new operator remaster. And what better operator than to choose one of the originals from the cast of Siege. This season marks a historic moment for Siege, 10 years. And we'll be sharing even more details about how we're celebrating this at the end of the reveal, so stay tuned.
This is GSAC Dedicated Officer Aya Smith making her final report on the Rainbow program. Rainbow's last mission is underway. Global stability hangs in the balance. How did we get here? Deimos exploited our blind spots. He used Nighthaven as a distraction. Stayed ahead at every step. We should have known he was one of ours. The damage is done. Trust eroded. The Council is ending the program. And who can blame them? The public was endangered. GSAC itself targeted. People died. Outcomes Rainbow was created to prevent. But as long as Phobos is out there, there will be no peace. More than ever, failure is not an option. No matter what came before, Rainbow will come together and see this through. They'll make things right. They will find the explosives. They will stop Phobos, even if it costs them their lives. They've been fighting this enemy since day one. No other team on the planet can get this done. This is our last chance to salvage this. Otherwise, Phobos will be free to act globally. No one will be safe. See you on the other side.
This season, one of the most iconic operators for Siege is evolving. After 10 years, even legends need new tools.
Detected an enemy device.
Thatcher is going to bring the EGS Disruptor to the field now. It's a device that has two components. We have the scanner on one side, and we have the launcher on the other side. The scanner is a screen that will allow you to see every gadgets that are electronic through surfaces.
Enemy's got tech right in front of me.
The launcher part is able to project EMP charges to those gadgets.
Enemy devices are dark.
The EGS is a very precise gadget. You will be able to see and select a device and shoot it.
Enemy devices.
Once you shoot a device, it will go down for 15 seconds and you can see the progress on the scanner screen. Thatcher is a Pathfinder. He has been around for 10 years, and there's a lot more than laser sights now. We are remastering him so he can be relevant for another 10 years.
Enemy devices taken out.
Even after this rework, Thatcher will remain true to himself, and he will be one of the best options for support. We're bringing a new gadget and also a brand new weapon. The brand new weapon is a DMR, the PMR 90A2. It's a DMR that focuses on shorter encounters. It has high damage and has the ability to open line of sight from afar. Thatcher will be the first operator with 4 primary weapons. He will have the L85, the AR-33, the M59, and now the PMR. This new shared weapon will be available on 4 operators: Nuke, Ibana, Capital, and obviously Thatcher. Battle Pass owners will be able to test out the new PMR 2 weeks in early access. After that, it will be available for everyone. This is just the beginning. Moving forward, shared weapon across multiple operator will be one of the core pillars of the gameplay updates in Year 11. We have a brand new weapon, a brand new gadget, and now to round this up, we have a brand new Elite. This Elite skin bundle will be available as the season launches.
Balancing updates should be something players look forward to. Moments that refresh gameplay, breathe new life into operators, weapons, and gadgets, and open the door to new strategies and metas. They should spark creativity and keep the competitive spirit alive. We recognize that recent updates haven't always delivered on that promise. Starting now, we're evolving our balance philosophy. While data and performance metrics remain important, we'll also be factoring in how the changes feel, how fun, engaging, and exciting they are to play. Our goal is simple: to make each update something that you can get excited about. We're committed to building a future where balancing brings joy, not frustration, and where your experience is always at the heart of our decisions. And with that, let's jump into this season's updates. We have an update to one of our core gadget systems in the game, the DSEG system. That stands for Disabled State for Electronic Gadgets. This is where all the tech that goes into how and why electronic gadgets turn off or get scrambled when EMP'd, for example. Two core changes are taking place. One, all standard weapon sights in the game will now be considered electronic. So when you are EMP'd, your sight will now turn off for the duration of the effect, regardless of which one you have equipped. Two, Mute's signal disruptor will no longer act like an EMP, and as such is being removed from the DSEG system. This is to clean up many inconsistencies with his gadget. For example, if Thermite has an exothermic charge on the main breach and a signal disruptor is in range, Thermite will not be able to send the signal to that device and start the breaching process, because the exothermic charge is within Mute's signal disruption area. Now let's switch the position of the signal disruptor. Thermite is standing in range of the signal disruptor, but his placed exothermic charge is not. When he tries to activate the breaching process, it will fail, because the communication is disrupted on his end. This was not the case in the past. It used to be that only the placed gadget could be disrupted. Now both the source and endpoint of the communication signal can be disrupted. This also means that if a gadget does not use a communication signal, it will be unaffected by Mute. Because to put it more simply, he no longer disables electronics. He disrupts the signals electronics emit and receive. With this change, he will in fact be countering a few less gadgets. So he will be receiving 2 additional changes to help offset that. First, he is now a 2-speed, 2-armor operator. Second, the radius of his signal disruptor has been increased. Now before I move on from the DSEG system, there is one more point of consistency we're adjusting for. But this is for Aruni's surrogates. When her gates are EMP'd, they will now trigger the re-enabled state logic. So they will be disabled for the duration of the EMP, then require to be shot to turn back on, as if you had triggered the gate by throwing something through it. Castle. Castle's update is something I think some might sleep on at first, but I'll tell you one of my strategies for using this change in a moment. His panels are now electrifiable. Throw a Kaid Claw within range of one, and you just fortified that panel from ranged assault. Personally, I'll be using this to hold the second floor R6 room as Kaid when defending bunks on layer. No more ash charges coming in from the window and display are gonna break my teammate's armor panel, protecting me while I trick the breach. But why are we adjusting Castle? A part of the sight adjustment last season for our defenders was to allow us to start tackling the true issue with many of them. Basically, without a magnified scope, they are not compelling enough to be brought into your lineups, and that simply won't do. So we are looking into new ways and listening to your feedback on how to improve these operators so that they can have more of an impact without using scopes. Hard breachers might be one of the most important roles in an attacking squad. You need to coordinate with your team to breach key walls and set up angles which allow you to start stripping away the advantage defenders have when the round starts. And because of this, we are looking to give our hard breachers a little attention. Yes, even Ace, who is surprisingly happy to step aside and let his counterparts share in the spotlight, because apparently he's been carrying the hard breaching team for some time now. Let's start with the man that literally started it all, Thermite. Thermite will be receiving 2 changes. He will get an additional exothermic charge, bringing him to 3. He will also be receiving a secondary shotgun for extra flexibility. Maverick will be receiving 3 changes. His breach and torch will no longer pause to cool down and reload. He will also be receiving frag grenades. And lastly, he'll be receiving the Reaper Mark II secondary weapon. Ace has humbly accepted 2 changes. In exchanging for slowing down and becoming a 3 armor, 1 speed, he will also be receiving his own set of stun grenades. Lastly, Habana. Habana will be receiving more changes than the rest. Reduced recoil to the Type 8-9 assault rifle. She'll also be receiving the PMR 90A2 that Thatcher's getting. Claymores will be added to her secondary options, and her X-Kiro launcher will no longer need to be reloaded between shots. That's it for balancing for now, but we hope you like where we're going with this adjustment in our balancing philosophy, which will of course still continue to grow and evolve as we gather your feedback and look towards the future.
We know cheating has hurt your experience in Siege, and we need to be clear. Our recent detection and prevention systems haven't kept pace with the rapid evolution of cheat makers, especially since our move to free access. This season, we are taking responsibility and continuing to invest in stronger measures to protect fairness and security in Siege. Cheating cuts into what makes Siege great: skill, teamwork, and strategy. ShieldGuard remains the backbone of our protection system. In Season 3, we delivered weekly security updates. And now in Season 4, we're changing the cadence. Twice a week, new updates will roll out to constantly disrupt cheat makers and make their work harder. We're also pushing to be faster and more aggressive with data-driven bans. Our research and development team are tracking new cheat patterns every day. We've made progress, but we're not satisfied. Our focus is to permanently ban more cheaters and do it faster. Another major advancement on the way is recall script detection. We're building a system that can accurately detect macros and scripts without punishing skilled players. In Season 4, we're working directly with pros to collect recall data, ensuring it's both precise and fair. This is a big step forward, and we are confident that in Year 11, this will roll out to directly protect your matches. We know the fight against cheaters is never ending. This season, we're stepping up with more research and development, smarter data bans, and more frequent ShieldGuard updates, all aimed at making Siege as fair and secure as possible.
Another big feature is coming to the Esports Tab. While the Esports Tab is great for staying up to date on everything that's happening in the scene, we also want to make it rewarding for you to jump in and be active. So we're bringing the predictions feature to the game. With predictions, you can make your picks, decide who's going to win. Every time you're right, you can get rewarded for it with alpha packs and skins. Jump in, make your predictions, and get rewarded for it. At the end of the day, the Esports Tab continues to grow just like our esports scene in Siege.
While we've been working on our matchmaking tools over the past while, we've heard you, and we need to continue to invest in our matchmaking. That's why this season we're bringing visual rank matchmaking to the ranked playlist. What that means is that it will find players relevant to your skill, sort them based on the difference of your visual rank, and make sure those that end up in your match are as close as possible to your own visual rank and skill. For example, if you're just starting your season at Copper 5, you don't want to be matched against players who've been playing already all season. You would like to match with people who are of your skill level, but are also just starting the season similar to you. And for those who are pairing up and making a squad, we'll use the highest rank within the squad. We want to continue to invest in the matchmaking of ranked so it's fair and competitive. Season 4 will be a great time to jump into ranked with the improvements to the matchmaking. This season for training and onboarding, we have something for both newcomers and veterans. And for those that like to T-Hunt, the Carries Legion are your new targets. As a map learning tool, being able to navigate maps and take gunfights is really important when you're trying to learn where are the staircases, how am I supposed to move around this map, and where are those danger areas. Now the Carries Legion are all over the map, and they move, they roam, they take those gunfights, they might even throw an impact grenade. So keep your senses alive and take those gunfights one at a time. In this mode, we've offered some new quality of life as well. You can get eliminated quickly respawn to get back into the action, and change operator at any time to compare loadouts and weapons. We know that this training tool means a lot to players. That's why we're committed to continue to invest in it and make sure it's the training tool you need to warm up, take gunfights, and climb the ranks. In Season 4, we have bot teammates coming on both enlisted and field training. They play the role of both attack and defense, giving you a full 5v5 match. Bots are an important role for welcoming new players into Siege. Playing on a full team and understanding how gadgets are placed, how operators interact, and even how to enter into a building. These are important first steps for players before they enter into PvP. And for players looking to customize their experience, now you can turn on the location of cameras, staircases, hatches, and more directly from the pause menu. We're bringing the mini-map to bot matches and training tools. Minimap is a great way to understand the layout of the different rooms and be able to navigate throughout a building. Whether you're a newcomer or a veteran preparing for your next match, we have something new for training and onboarding in Season 4.
Coming up this season, we have a brand new playlist, the Testing Grounds. The Testing Ground is a playlist that will focus on communication, community, and experimentation. The Testing Ground is all about gathering feedback before we implement the new feature. Everyone will be able to access this content. It's going to be on the main hub. For the first Testing Ground, the subject is going to be armor and speed. Operator can customize health, speed, and sound through the armor choices. You might be a fan of the Gridlock's gadget, but not super comfortable with the armor and speed. This set of new changes allow you to customize their speed. For the purposes of Testing Ground, we will be using the quick match setting, and with the limited pool of maps. This will be available for 1 week during January. To make sure that we gather feedback, we've implemented a QR code on the main menu. Testing Ground is all about working with you. If you want to be a part of the future of Siege, this is where it starts. Before we dive into our next topic, there's one operator who always knows how to make an impact. Long before Rainbow, Goyo learned how to turn chaos into precision. Let's take a look.
For those at the Munich Major, you may have already seen Fortress in action during the Creator Show match earlier. For everyone else, you'll get to experience this for yourself this season. This full rework addresses its major pain points: unbalanced bomb sites, too many hallways, lack of good attacker entries, and the courtyard design. What has changed? Objectives have been rebalanced one at a time through playtests and iterations. There are 2 new rooms that have been added to the map. The courtyard has been transformed into an exterior zone for attacker entries. Several hallways were cut, including the huge second-floor hallway. Visual updates plus unique features have been added to the objectives for replayability. This rework brings Fortress back into the ranked rotation, but it will also be added to the Pro League map pool, and we're excited for you to play it once again. And that's not all for the maps this season. Alongside the reworked Fortress, it's now Theme Park and Skyscraper's turn to be modernized. This is part of our ongoing effort to keep the foundation of Siege fresh and competitive season after season.
On behalf of the entire Siege team, we'd like to thank you for your dedication and your passion for the game. Without you, we couldn't celebrate this amazing milestone. 10 years of Siege and 100 million players. It's an incredible result, and we can't wait to keep on building on this. And so with that, we want to share a little clip that celebrates the game and this amazing community and how far we've come.
Do not attempt to checked.
Thank you again for all of those amazing moments over the past 10 years of Siege. Make sure that you actually claim the free reward, 100 million player background card, so that you can wear it with pride. And be sure to celebrate the event and the moment with our Wildcard Siege event, dropping in December. This event will have callbacks and Easter eggs to some amazing moments in Siege history. We look forward to you checking out the map and everything else that's coming with the new season soon. And there are more rewards to be given out, so stay tuned to our social media. November 17th is when the test server drops, so jump in, give us your feedback, and check out the new content. The launch of the season, Operation Tenfold Pursuit, is December 2nd. So jump in and check out everything that's new in the game, as well as this fantastic celebration. Thank you so much, and we can't wait to see you in a match.